Hey everybody, hey, what's up? Promise Man, Pop-Up Podcast. You know what it is. Guess what? We are out here at Venture Cafe. We are not playing right now. This is it. We have made it. We are doing the first ever North Carolina Future of Sports. I want everybody to give it up right now for the panel guests that are here today. This is amazing. This is amazing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody. That way y'all know who it is. Russell Morgan, Showcase Sports Syndicate. Navajo. I am Navajo. Is that right? Close enough? No. Go ahead. Navajo? Navajo? Okay, there you go. Esports legend. Jefferson. My homeboy, my main man, that's what it is. And unfortunately, Takara could not be here tonight. Why couldn't she be here tonight? Because there was a little mix-up with my scheduling. But in place of that, we have Ebony with Lady Eb Fitness. I wanted y'all to give a round of applause to everybody out here. That is what I am talking about. Promise Mangum, Pop-Up Podcast, NC Brew Crew, that is what we're doing. That is why we are out here. Anyway, the NC, North Carolina Future of Sports. I want to start with Russell. Why? Because we have developed a league. I want him to explain what he does, why he does it, and why is it important to the state of North Carolina. Go ahead.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Russell Morgan. Showcase Sports Syndicate is the first ever semi-pro inclusive sports league featuring athletes with and without disabilities in a truly competitive and fashionable fashion. We started about 2 years ago. We created a process by which individuals with and without disabilities could compete on a level playing field using our proprietary format and just really to do something special, create a new dynamic that really serves as a model for what inclusion can look like. And we're just happy to be here tonight.
Most def. Pass the mic, please. Introduce yourself. Let us know what's happening, why you do what you do, and how you do it.
Well, I play video games for a living, basically, and I do it because it's fun.
There you go.
I'm a pro Overwatch player. It's like a first-person shooter, animated, and I'm also a pro Destiny 2 player, which is also another first-person shooter type game. It's fun to do. It's fun to basically wake up at your own will, set a schedule so everybody knows like when you're about to start your live stream. Kind of like your favorite sport or your favorite TV show, you know what time it's going to come on. The same with me. Like people know like at this time who's going to be online, so I'm going to be there. So you kind of show off your player base, your player skills, stuff like that.
Excellent. Next.
Hey everybody, my name is Jefferson Nicholson. Own and operate Adventure Geek Productions, which is an endurance event production company. And basically we start endurance events, or we help others who are planning like a community 5K or whatever for either a fundraiser or they're just trying to make some money or whatever, right? So we're in the event production space, and been doing it for about 10 years, worked probably north of 300 events and seen probably 500,000 people cross finish lines across all the events that we've worked, whether it be handing out a cup of water at a water station to organizing the whole thing, and for every little detail of the event, I've seen it all. And why it's important for the future of sports is really the entrepreneur opportunity as well as the community give back opportunity from endurance production or event production is to help other communities or other organizations expand their branding or their mission, perhaps a way to raise money, and then all that event operation experience, looking to pivot that into bigger sport fields soon enough.
Excellent. And our last panel guest.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ebony Hogan. I am owner and operator of Ebb Fitness, located in Greensboro. What I do is cultivate lifestyles through nutrition and exercise. So I'm really big on helping people change their mindsets and get comfortable with incorporating daily exercise into their routine, and also eating healthier. So health is definitely wealth. Okay, you only get one life. So if you're not taking care of yourself, then who is? Okay, so my whole mission statement is to cultivate a lifestyle change that you can keep up with, because everybody's not going to want to look like, Serena Williams or Hulk Hogan. Like, we got to break it down to what you want for yourself and create a better lifestyle for yourself. Okay, and that's what I do. I'm actually a personal trainer too, as well.
Give it up for our panel guests right now. Great. So we're going to move right along. The first question that came up on my IG/Twitter is, how would you grow your sport? Russell, I already know that you know half of this, and I already know that you know that I am behind this, but how do we grow the inclusion part of the sport, which what we're doing is basketball, flag football, and dodgeball? Go.
I think people have to see it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I think a big part of the challenge of what we're doing is in the messaging. We want people to see the good that we're doing in terms of creating opportunities for folks that, there may be some limits that are there, but we also want people to see it as sports programming. You come to a game, you see a very well put together and competitive sporting event. So getting eyeballs, butts and seats, I think that's really what's going to push things forward, and that's what our challenge is, and that's what I'm paying you to do. So I need you to handle business.
One quick question.
Yes, sir.
Do you know that people out here in the community, are they going to engage with what our mission is right now?
Well, I mean, as you know, and we've had a tremendous amount of success thus far. I don't think that we've turned anybody off who has actually seen what we're doing. People are pleasantly surprised. They're seeing athletes out there that maybe they've seen in some other walks of life and sort of had the pity face on, but then you see this guy out there beating his chest, draining a game-winning three-pointer or, catching a touchdown pass, and now you're looking at him a little differently, like, okay, this is just a real guy, out here doing his thing. So, again, I think the more people see what we've done, how we do it, how we celebrate the wins, how we kind of undergird the whole thing with a lot of thought, and the finished product will speak for itself. We just got to get people to just come out and check us out. I think that'll be the key to everything.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, pass the mic. Same question. How can we grow the sport as far as esports? Now, I know for a fact North Carolina has a lot of computer gaming people here, especially over in the Raleigh area. How can you grow that right now?
Basically just throwing events kind of like this, getting the word known, the word out. Having like live streamers promote it, because lots of eyes and other demographics are seeing these things. Word of mouth, social media is huge. I never owned a Twitter account until I started streaming 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
Twitter is huge. I mean, it's almost free marketing. I mean, I went from having one follower on Twitter to over 5,000 followers on Twitter.
How did exactly. How did Twitter change your dynamic with that? Because a lot of people in the marketing stuff, they stay on Facebook, Instagram, anything else that's coming out new. Why is Twitter still an untapped market for anybody in sports, but like specifically for esports?
Hashtags. I mean, you search Fortnite. I mean, that's one of the biggest games right now. You search Fortnite, there's going to be thousands and thousands of posts. You know, you search other games, you search esports, you search live streamers, YouTubers, anything you want to search. Just because of the simple hashtag, you can find anything. So it starts with basic hashtagging. Like if I'm posting a clip, like a 60-second clip of something that I'm doing in my streams, I want to hashtag what it's about. So if it's about a certain game, it's going to be a hashtag this game, what I'm doing in this game, and why I'm doing it in this game. So if someone's searching for it, they're going to find it.
Gotcha.
So they're going to find it like that, and they're also going to see the clip, and they're going to be like, oh, this clip's pretty good. I'm going to go check this person out. And then, you know, it's marketing like that. Then it spreads through word of mouth. I mean, the best marketing, you know, out there is word of mouth. So if they start seeing these things, you know, they're going to retweet it and, you know, go from there.
Definitely. I want to segue that for Jeff. Jeff, what do you think about the esports stuff? I know you're starting off. Then we're going to get into the event production stuff.
So that's storytelling, right? So when you hear us up here talking about the future of our sport or overall participatory sports or events in North Carolina, think about how these questions and how we might be answering apply to whatever mission you guys are on. And so these guys are talking about telling their story, and by what means do people seeing that story buys in that viewer, that spectator, right? So of what method of spectator are we getting through your storytelling, and does that make that spectator buy in? And are we measuring that, or at least looking at what's working, what's not working, because both are important. So and a foray into esports would be myself. I'm not particularly skilled at games.
Gotcha.
I do enjoy watching high-skilled players.
Gotcha.
So I know my approach would not be, oh, I got to get good at gaming so that people watch me. I got to be, okay, how do I get a group of gamers who are really good together and figure out what their need is in terms of, is there a tournament I can get them to? Are they working together well as a team? Are there any gaps on the team? So that's what I would do to get into esports if I were just getting into it. Also, I could get into it as an event planner. I could parlay my endurance event production experience into, hey, how much does this place cost to rent out? How many computers can we get in here? How many people would be interested in, you know, a Smash tournament or whatever, you know, any other games we can get in here.
Just to let y'all know, Smash Tournament is Mario Smash Brothers.
Mario Smash Brothers, yes.
Yeah, like I said, if you don't know what the game is, Mario Smash Brothers. So.
Thrown out. But to jump back into how do I grow my sport, for me in endurance sports, how do I grow the sport? It's kind of hard for endurance sports because we've seen over the last 5 years the number of people who participate in like the 5K is a pretty traditional event is plateaued. And so while other folks in endurance production or race timing or whatever have just been battling to carve out their slice of the pie, not many have tried to figure out how to make the pie bigger. And so my thought is, if you really care about the sport, whatever you're in, you need to grow the sport. And how do you do that? You need to focus on who you could attract into. And for an endurance sports and running, it's youth. And so how I grow running is I coach kindergartner through fourth graders, like running. And so I want them to be future runners to maybe in 10 years, like convince mom and dad to sign up for one of my 5Ks, right? So maybe
Gotcha.
a little bit long-term grassroots.
I understand. So let's segue that into the personal training type of deal. So have you had any problems with people not participating or whatever, or falling off or whatever? How do you handle those challenges?
So I just want to kind of piggyback off of what he said. When you're talking to younger kids and forming habits, it starts when you're younger. Okay, me trying to get somebody that's 30 years old back into physical activity, eating healthier, it's harder for me. But I do work with middle school age as well, and usually when I'm talking to the kids, just making, wiser decisions as they're eating and their exercise, what they should be doing daily, just to kind of instill those habits into them, so when they become adults, it's like a routine now. So now what I'm doing with the people that I train currently, which are normally people from the age of 20 to 35, I'm having to backtrack all these habits that they've been doing for the past 20 years, okay? So I usually tell my clients or anybody that I work with is, think about when you were, 5 years old. Your parents gave you a choice of going to the park or having ice cream. Park is physical activity. You're at the park, you're moving, whatever. So I haven't done any statistics, but 9 times out of 10, kids are going to say, oh, I want ice cream. Not even thinking it's really small. It really starts when you're little about the choices that you make up into adulthood. So when it comes to personal training, I'm literally taking everything that I've learned over the course of years, which is schooling, coaching, and all that, and I'm instilling that into the people that I am training. And going out into the communities is also important because, one, everybody's not going to want to be in a gym setting. So finding 5K runs or things that will keep people motivated to actually exercise is how I plug my clients in and keep them active, because at the end of the day, you're going to want to do something that you enjoy. So if you enjoy Zumba dance or a 5K run or going to a dance class, that's still keeping you active. You don't necessarily have to do personal training. But for me, it's just finding those outlets for people to plug themselves into while they're training with me. So whenever they leave me, it's not like they left me for good. They still have connection. They still have places that they can go. Even if I decide to go to a different city or they decide to move somewhere else, I still can trust that they are still doing the things that I've taught them.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's give everybody a round of applause real quick for that. Can you pass the mic to Russ real quick? Now, I want to take a second out because this is a great turnout. Great turnout. But I want to give it up for two people. Two people who came all the way out here from the CP3 Basketball Academy to do their thing real quick. I want to take a second out, just explain what y'all do real quick, and let's see what's up. Yep, there you go. I know, that's what it is. Promise Mangum, Pop-Up Podcast. This is what we do. We put people on the spot. If y'all don't know, we have the video right here. That's what it is. So what I want y'all to see right here in the light real quick. Just give a little excerpt of what y'all do.
Okay, so I'm Alexis Austin.
I'm Jasmine Charles.
So we work for CP3 Basketball Academy, which is right by Haynes Mall if you're not familiar. And we do basketball training for kindergarten through 12th grade. I focus on sales, whereas Jazz focuses on?
I'm the head of marketing and also one of the basketball trainers on the court as well.
So we're all about using basketball to make a difference through kids, through sport. We don't focus just on basketball. We also focus on character and leadership development as well, making sure that kids are doing what they need to at school, at home, their lifestyle. We definitely want to work with you guys hopefully in the future. But yeah.
And really just trying to be great advocates for Chris Paul, who is the owner of the academy, and just kind of making sure we're kind of that organization in the community that is giving back to the youth in a positive way. So using sports, using something productive that's able to influence them through the people that we have there, so our developers, and just giving them an outlet. Even they don't have to be kids that are really good at basketball. These are just some kids, they just want to do something fun. So, just providing also just another outlet for kids to have a good time at and making them better people as well.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, thank you. Give me a round of applause real quick. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, after that, let's get into the second round of questioning. What innovative tech does the sport require to keep an audience or participation interested? Now, I know half of y'all, or maybe more, half of y'all, said that inside of what y'all are talking about, but let's reiterate how do you keep the audience engaged, especially here, because it's very hard to keep people engaged, informed, and want to come back for stuff. Russ and I know this firsthand. Navajo, I don't know if you know this. Jeff and Eb, I don't know if y'all know this, but let's see what y'all answer is to that question.
So my first thought would be content. What's the point of having a whole bunch of followers or, people looking at your stuff if they don't like or, are not interested in what you're putting out there? So just, having creative and innovative and constant content, it's a lot of stuff out there. You know what I mean? I don't even know what the numbers could possibly be in terms of the amount of posts.
So how do you fight through that noise?
You've gotta have a real, I think you've got to have a real story that you're telling. I think that people are pretty quick to point out BS. The more relatable what you've got going on is, or the more authentic, maybe. I don't use that word a lot, but I think it's a good word. I think people gravitate to authentic messaging, and for Showcase, it's real important that while we are putting on sporting events and we're looking to get butts and seats on stuff, we can't lose sight of what we're really trying to do, which is create and promote a model of inclusion, and that's the most important part for me. So any opportunity that I have to speak to people live or, be on somebody's podcast or, if there's a mic in my hand, I'm probably going to say something about inclusion because that's just really what our overall mission is. And I think that the more that we are true to that mission, the more people will respect what we're doing. They'll be interested in what we're doing and hopefully become fans of what we're doing.
Exactly. What do you think the pain points are for the esports world?
The big question.
Wait. Take another deep breath real quick. Take another deep breath because you about to say something poetic.
I'm about to drop the mic.
Go ahead and say it real quick.
The biggest question I get a lot is, why in the world would I watch someone play video games when I can do it on my own?
Why would you watch somebody play baseball if you can play on your own?
Exactly. I used to play semi-pro baseball.
It's entertainment, right?
I still watch baseball.
What team?
What team?
Yeah.
The old Warhogs. That's who I used to
Shout out to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the Warhearts. If you don't know who the Warhearts is, it's before the Dash came out here.
Dash.
Straight up.
So
really?
Yeah, like right before they. Yeah, it was like right
wow.
Played football. I was quarterback.
What team?
Bobcats, Glenn High School.
There you go. Okay.
So I played sports, but I also watch sports all the time as well.
Gotcha.
Same thing with esports. There is a certain level that majority of people can't reach. And so when they're watching players, play these games, it's almost like, how in the heck are they doing this? They're watching it, to either because it's entertaining, the streamer or YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, might just be funny. You don't know what he's going to say next. So you're in there just for the content from him. Or you're in it because the dude is so good, you're like, I'm going to watch this guy and try to better myself. Kind of like, in sports, after the team loses or even when the team wins, they get into the locker room and they rewind the footage. They see what they did wrong, what they could have done better, what they're going to do next week against their next opponent.
Definitely.
They do their research. Same with esports. You got to do your research. You can't just load up the Xbox or load up the computer and think that you're going to
kill everybody because you're not.
Lord knows that the Saints lost against the Falcons, but LSU beat Alabama. So they didn't watch the sports after that or whatever. But whatever. That's what I'm talking about. You have to watch the sports. Mm-hmm. You have to understand what the team is doing or whatever and try to get there for the next level.
Exactly.
Jeff, what do you have to say on the esports stuff and for event production? Because I know for a fact side note, 2 weeks ago we went down to Richmond, Virginia. Great thing. Great race. Except you can tell who the professional runners are and who the amateur runners are. The kids were just running around everywhere, and I wanted to
get them in line.
Just get them in line. That's what I'm talking about. So let's talk about both of those real quick.
Sure. So technical hurdles and to growing each sport, and just to touch on his the esports like Y view, right? So he streams on a service called Twitch, is where you can twitch.tv, where you can go watch other people game. Right now, there are 115,000 people watching other people play Fortnite, or a game he plays right now. And that's just one of probably 1,000 games. So the top 3 games that are being watched right now, 116,000 viewers, 115,000 viewers, 114, 60,000 people right now. So there's probably millions of people just watching other people play games right now. So that's kind of the scale that most folks don't understand. Oh, mic closer, he says. Okay, so the technical hurdles there for somebody looking to get in as a gamer and broadcast would be the hardware that they need and access to high-speed internet. So are you in an area that has access to high-speed internet so that if you're good hardware that you've invested probably in the $600 to $2,000 range, depending on like what kind of computer hardware you want. If you're a computer gamer, I mean, even if you did that investment, do you have the internet connection to then feed up? And not only that, you got to be entertaining. Like if you're not good and you're not entertaining, why are people going to watch? So you've got to be creative, engaging, and so there's all the fun like nerd tech that you need to get through that hurdle to be a streamer. And then on the production side, it's like I need that plus like all of it feeding in and how do I manage the lights and this and that. On the event production side, what innovations have we used to retain and encourage participation or encourage engagement is a lot in the race timing industry. So if anybody who's run a 5K or run any kind of community event,
boom, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
So you've had a bib on, right? A bib number, a walk, anything. Now,
whatever.
9.5 times out of 10, those events have an RFID chip on the back. You're walking over a set of mats, which is an antenna.
Explain the RFID chip.
Radio frequency ID. So it's like the same chip in something at Walmart. If you tried to steal it and the alarm goes off, that's the same like computer chip technology, sensor stuff. So on the technical side, we assign a chip to the person. So when they cross the finish line, we know who it was and at what time they finished. And then we've got software to score it. Now, to take it a step further, which was really hard like 3 or 4 years ago, all of our software now, we feed all that data up online. So now, almost instantaneously after you cross that finish line, you've got an email with your results or a text if you've got your iWatch or whatever, you're getting an email or text or whatever. And a step further after that, after we go home, upload all of our pictures and video, we sync all that. So now within a couple days, not only can you go back and see your time online, but you can see your 5 seconds of when you cross the finish line. And then that's got all like the share features to engage you sharing that stuff to social media and all that. So that's what we've done to like maintain the show of celebrating you, because endurance sports is like no other show on earth where like you pay a ticket to sign up for the event to support whatever cause, or you want to do it for fun, like Tough Mudder or all those like obstacle courses or whatever. So you're paying your ticket fee. You go to the event, but like any other show, you would pay your ticket fee and go watch the show, and you base your level of enjoyment based off like how good the show was. But like at an endurance event, you're basing your experience off of how well you did that day. And so it's like, how much of it is it my job to like make sure you feel like you did a good job? Like, and so part of that is all of the tech features when you cross the finish line. Was it easy parking? Was it easy check-in? Was the start finish line clear? Did everybody get there on time? Were there no hiccups during the day? We want it to be as much like Disney as possible. Like you get there, easy peasy, you do your thing, you leave, and at the end of the day, you're like, oh, here's my pictures. That's easy to remark. Like, oh my God, they didn't have any food, or parking was terrible. There's so many battles you can lose.
Gotcha.
There's more battles you can lose than there's battles you can win.
And I like how you say that, because I know for a fact when it comes to us, when it comes to esports, there are battles that are lost in that. But I do want to hear what Eb has to say, because she is a personal trainer, and it's like she hears that daily almost. So it's like, how do you cope with that?
So with the trend of fitness going on right now, I'm pretty sure most of you all are on Instagram, Facebook. Everyone's a trainer, a wellness motivator, whatever they claim to be. Honestly, it goes to the knowledge and education. For me, it's quality over quantity. I know that it's a lot of people who are doing online, you do workout programs and all of that. That's cool and all, but for me personally, it's more of a personal connection that I have with my clientele and keeping them on the right track as far as, like I said, their habits and cultivating a lifestyle. Because when they leave, I want to make sure and understand that they're still doing it whenever they're not around me. So, and then it's also tough just being a female in the exercise science world.
Why? Now, why is that? Like a lot of people want to know why is, because if y'all don't understand, 3 males, 1 female, why is that?
It's honestly a lot of pressure because one, it's all about perception. Most people, when they think about personal trainer, it's a look. It's a certain look that they're looking at, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool and all, but some of the guys that are looking a certain way don't have any clientele, and you want to know why? They don't know how to do customer service. It's customer service. That's really what it boils down to. It really boils down to.
I think some people already are writing it down right now. I think
really
Jazz is writing that down right now.
Because,
say it one more time real quick.
Customer service is really important. And not saying that my clients are customers because we built that relationship, but it really boils down to being able to reach somebody. And a lot of times the male trainers, and not being like sexist or gender, whatever, but a lot of times they just have the look, but they don't know how to keep the clientele because they don't know how to reach the people and get down to the customer service and understanding what the people want and kind of being 2 steps ahead of that person, you know, because when it comes to personal training, of course, you're going to get the complaints, you're going to get the non-motivation, but you got to stay 2 steps ahead of that. You got to be ready for all of that. Gotcha. So, that's pretty much it. That's how I really keep my clientele going is, you know, well customer service, and honestly just keeping them highly motivated through community events. And a lot of people skip that part. They just want to get to the money, and I'm just like, no, that's you're skipping the most important parts, which is changing somebody's life, pretty much.
That's what I'm talking about. Give it up for all my panel guests. Now, if you don't understand or ain't seen the Pop-Up Podcast or the NC Brew Crew, I always do one simple thing, which is the Spitfire round. Spitfire round is 1 question, 2 questions, or 3 questions. But we got 4 people, so it's 1 question that I'm going to ask, random, off topic, wherever the case is. And this is what we're going to do. Then we will take questions from the audience. And then once we do that, everything will be good. So, we are in basketball country. Who do you have winning for Basketball. And I mean college. Let's go. Now, if y'all are playing the numbers and stuff like that, you know, putting them out there or whatever, you might want to listen to some of these people because they know what they're talking about, because this is the NC future of sports. So who do you have as your number one pick for basketball?
The Charlotte Hornets. I'm just kidding.
Woo! Even though no.
So
No.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You know, I grew up being a Wake Forest fan.
There you go.
So, you know,
Go Deeks! Go Deeks!
I avoided the Carolina Duke thing.
I understand.
And those fights in school and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm rooting for the Deeks.
There you go. Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. We're gonna keep
Tar
it all
Heels,
the same.
baby.
Like
Tar Heels,
now,
baby.
now I know you're an esports type dude or whatever the case is. Do you play sports games or do you
No.
just shoot 'em?
Just for fun.
Just front. Okay, cool. But
Not for work.
who's your team?
Tar Heels.
What?
Tar Heels. Can I get a Tar Heels?
What?
Tar.
Hey, y'all. Hey. This is why Papa Podcast is so awesome.
That was good.
This is exactly why. Go ahead and say South Carolina.
No, not
No, I know.
Oh my
I know
gosh,
it's not. I know it's
not
not.
even close. Clemson grad.
I know it's Clemson.
Yeah, I don't follow basketball, so
Who you follow?
I mean, not gonna lie, like the Deeks have definitely. I mean, working with the Deeks now, it kind of puts food
I
on
know.
the table. So I'm gonna say go Deeks.
There you go. L.
If y'all have not seen it by now, UNCG is on the come up, okay?
Whatever.
We are on the rise, okay? Look out. I'm telling you.
That is what I'm talking about. I promise, man, Papa Podcast. You know what it is. Hey, I know the live studio audience is looking at me like, who am I looking at? I'm looking at the camera right there because we are shooting a live podcast right now. So give it up for yourselves. That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to take a couple questions because it is 7:50. So we got 5 minutes of question and answer. So if you want to ask a question, come up here. Oh, boom. There you go. Let's go. But if you want to ask a question, come up here and we'll get you on camera and everything's good. Plus, it'll be on all the other streaming podcast platforms that y'all listen to, whether it's Apple Music, Stitcher, Google Play, and stuff like that. Let's go. Oh, and YouTube. No, you need to literally stand right here. Yeah, there you go.
How y'all doing? All right, so my question is for you, my man, about the e-gaming industry. So right now, where is e-gaming if it was, if there was like a baby and then an adult? What phase is e-gaming and where do you see the market going in like the next 2 to 3 years?
Put it to you like this. I think 3 months ago, there was a Fortnite tournament. A 16-year-old boy won. I think it was $8 million.
Wow.
Is 16 years old, $8 million. I think that was the number.
What game was it?
Fortnite.
Oh, wow.
What Dad did.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean that's like the high. Like right now it's at its highest, and that was the largest cash pool that esports has ever had. Now 5 years ago, a couple $1,000s here and there, but like the way it's progressed from streaming platforms, YouTube, and social media and all that stuff, it's just
blowing
League
up.
of Legends it was a lot.
You see it going like way up from where it is right now?
Yeah.
So yeah, the
It's still just a start.
esports industry
Gotcha.
is already bigger than like Hollywood film industry. Like more than
Well, there's a lot, like
it's just starting.
the top streamers right now. Like there's one top streamer. I just looked when he looked at his phone. I think it was 24,000 viewers right now. He has concurrent
on a Thursday night.
On
at
Thursday night.
7:00.
He usually pulls in. I think right now he has 40,000 subs, which is $4.99 to sub to somebody. He has 40,000 subs.
Subscription. Just go ahead and just.
Or subscriptions.
There you go.
So subscription is $4.99. He gets $2.75 of that. So
40,000 times 2 is how much a month?
a lot of money. He's making over $100,000 a month, not a year, but a month.
Wow.
And that's just from subscriptions. That's not counting ad revenue. It's not counting donations that he gets, endorsements that he has, and everything else. So he's pulling in several $1 million a year.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. No. You want to?
No.
Chime in? Wait, no, go. Let's go. Listen. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So my question's simple. No disrespect to Russell and Navajo, but for Jefferson and Ebony, we are interested in working with you guys in the future. CP3. I mean, we can work with you as well, but we're having a spring fling event that we're planning for the May-April range. And you said you're an event planner, and you are interested in helping kids focus on their, health and fitness. So I was wondering if that might be something you guys are interested in, if you guys can connect with us afterwards.
Yes. Rapid answer, yes.
No, the answer is a yes, but what was the question as far as that? Oh, you just shoot your shot. That's what it is. Hey, Promise Man and Papa Podcast, we shooting the shot around here. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. 2 more questions. So we got one right here. So one more question.
This is just an invitation of I'm Malika. So I do a lot with sports, apparels, and customizations. So me and my partner here, we just linked up. He's from Winston-Salem. So anybody that needs promotions, I create the customized coolers out of baseball, basketballs, soccers, every sports industry. And I have some football samples out there, but I love what you got going on here. It's exciting to see. And I hope you all are doing it in the opportunity zones.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody know about the opportunity zones? Okay, that's good. So thank you.
No problem.
Everybody call.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anybody else
we
has any
got 'em.
questions, just ask now or I don't know. Until Susan
whenever.
Until
Yeah,
Susan
yeah,
kicks
yeah.
us out, let's keep going.
I think we have.
She's gonna come up and knock on the window and be like, "Get out of
shit.
here."
Wait,
Yeah.
we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
All right, my question is for Russell. So with the Showcase Sports, you told me earlier that you had 2 leagues in Winston and in Greensboro. What would you see? How can you see the spread of it going forward? Maybe even being like a statewide thing, and then you'd have like some sort of like end of the year tournament as far as the state is concerned.
How'd you know that? No, that's what you just said is pretty close to what we are going to do. Our whole thing is to create a model that is very easily duplicated in any city, and then from Greensboro to Winston to now Raleigh and then Charlotte, and then from those leagues in those cities, there springs up. Maybe what we maybe call an all-star team, and now the Greensboro All-Stars are playing the Winston-Salem All-Stars, and you know what I mean. So, the athletes that we have range in levels of ability. We've got people that have never played organized sports before. We've got people that played college basketball, played arena football, but they're all on the same team, and our format is such that everybody has to contribute. So that the team can win. Again, it's just a matter of us making it such that we can go anywhere, drop down on whatever park and make it happen, and then just grow it from there. So you hit it on the head.
That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations. Thank you so much. So at the end of everything, I want everybody to give their social media accounts, their business accounts, their emails, their phone numbers, and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and do that real quick.
All right, Russell Morgan, Showcase Sports Syndicate. You can find us at Showcase Sports Syndicate on Facebook, Instagram. I think Twitter, Showcase Sports X, because we couldn't do Syndicate.
Yeah.
Website, showcase-sports.com.
Excellent.
Well, you guys know my name's Navajo. My real name's Matt, but I don't really tell too many people that one. But
yes, wait a second. We got a special name. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Give it up for that.
I try to be incognito a little bit. But yeah, of course, it's Navajo. On Twitch is twitch.tv/Navajo TV is my username there. And then my Twitter is Navajo TV as well. And then Instagram is I'm Navajo.
Definitely. No, I'm underscore Navajo. There you
go. Easiest way to get a hold of me personally is probably Instagram, and that's Jeff in Pursuit. And just because I enjoy the pursuit of all the different things that I'm in, more than whatever the result is, I don't really care. I'm just interested in the journey along the way. But yeah, and other than that, I manage a lot of other social media accounts that are probably not as relevant to tonight. So on Instagram, and then if you want my seller business card, I've got those.
Excellent.
So you can find me on Instagram at lady_EBB, Lady Ebb. On Facebook, you can find me at Ebb Fitness. That's my business account. If you want to do my personal account, it's Ebony Hogan. Last name Hogan.
That's what I'm talking about. Promise Mangle, Pop-Up Podcast, NC Brew Crew. We did it. We out here at Venture Cafe. We did it. Yo, thank you to my awesome guests. Thank you to everybody who came up here and just explained what they did. Hey, the first ever North Carolina Future of Sports event.
You were here. You saw it first. It's going to get
Y'all
bigger.
saw it.
Thank you, Promise.
That's all I'm saying. How's y'all later? Peace.